Hi, I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to talk about grief. It's not my usual topic. I I had a lot of grief in the last month. A lot has changed for most of us, a lot of us anyway, and definitely for me, both in my personal life and societally and business, and just a whole lot changed at once. And I found myself in a real state of grieving. And at first, I was really resistant to that because it was really counter to what I felt like was all the work I've been doing the last many years, like a decade or so. I've been really trying to focus on my mindset and, reframing things, working on my limiting beliefs. And so to find myself in this state of just overwhelmed grief was debilitating and depressing. And I was really depressed about it and angry about it. And then I just finally had to surrender to it and give myself permission to be an angry person if I needed to be and still love myself, or to be, depressed and realize that I still want to live even if I didn't know how. And almost like as soon as I made that surrender, things started to get better. I started to feel better. Now, part of it was just I kind of had the storyline in my head that April was kind of just a wash. I didn't start off with that story, but just kind of turned that way. And as I approached May, which we are into now, I thought, well, May, will be more of a transitional month back into a mode of making something of all the growth and struggle that I did in April, which turned into just grief. Just grieving. And I say just, and you can hear that little bit of judgment in that terminology. And that's really, I think, what I want to talk about, what I'm growing into, and why I want to share it with you. I think grief is a natural part of the human condition, and I think if we don't allow ourselves and each other some space for grief, then it can turn into a really unhealthy, insidious state. And that is like, because then I think you stay there as long as you don't give yourself permission to express it. And in expressing it and allowing myself however much time I needed to just feel it and be okay with that, and forgive myself for being hateful and depressed and unable to hold that positive space that I'm normally so good at holding, and giving myself permission to do that, it seems like it dissolved almost immediately, within a couple of days, really, and I feel worlds better and more like my old self again. So I just want to share that because I think right now, as many times in history, but right now is definitely a time of transition, a time of paradigm shifting. There's a lot of change and uncertainty in a lot of our lives. And with change comes grief, comes letting go of what we thought was the truth, and being open to new truth, the evolution. I have a little book plug. You can probably find a link to it down in the description, called 47 Truths, where I really examined truth and the fluid nature of it, and concluded that it has to be alive. It has to be fluid. We have to allow ourselves, along with the truth, to evolve, to be in the moment, however and whatever that is, in order, and be okay with that. So that's my my babblings about surrendering to grief and the fluid nature of truth. I'd love it if you have anything to add. Please put that in the description. Also, in the comments under the description, or I don't know. Things keep changing, don't they? In any case, you know where that is. You can figure it out. And also in the description, there are links to my books, like 47 Truths, my music, my website, my art, my many endeavors. So check that out if you want to support me. And in any case, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're here. And I'm wishing you love, laughter, lightheartedness, peaceful conflict resolution. Don't forget to play every day.